This is an NBC News special report. Here is Tom Brokaw.
September 11th, the year 2001, a day unlike any other in the long course of American history, a terrorist act of war against this country. President Bush saying today that freedom has been attacked by a faceless coward and freedom will be defended.
Hi, I'm Jordan Harmon.
And I'm Barry Wygel, the news director here at WTOP in SUNY Oswego. I'm also a volunteer firefighter, and I work as an EMT as well.
So Barry, where were you when you found out about September 11th?
Well, I was in 6th grade. I remember it very clearly. I was in the cafeteria, and someone had told me, someone my age told me that something big had happened in New York City. And I thought it was a joke at the time. I honestly didn't even cross my mind that something serious was happening. And then I think it was not until I got home, actually, that my mom told me.
Did you actually understand what was going on and all that? Because I remember when I found out about it, I really didn't understand everything, and I didn't understand where World Trade Centers were and what the Pentagon was and all that.
I think I might have been just old enough to understand it, because I do remember watching the news coverage that night and for days after that, and I was able to grasp the concept of something enormous had happened, not as big as Pearl Harbor, and this was going to lead to our interactions with the world. So.
Now, did this affect anyone in your family or yourself?
Fortunately not. I didn't know anyone that was down there on that day. I've known people in the past that have worked down at the World Trade Center, uncles of mine and stuff, but fortunately no, I didn't know anyone down there right then.
Good. Now, what is your view on the war on terror?
Well, the war on terror is so complicated. It's not a war. It's not something we can fight with bullets and everything else. It has to be fought a different way through domestic security or other things of that nature. And I think when you look at the war on terror and you look at the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, they're completely separate. I don't think they really can be. They can be lumped together.
Now, would you say that? Forgive me for this. If Bush was a good president, and at that time, do you think he made the appropriate actions as a backlash?
I think maybe at the time you could justify it, but looking back now, obviously it was not the right call. He was obviously going with flawed intelligence, and I mean, obviously as the president, you're going to trust your intelligence sources. So while I don't agree that these wars are good, you can kind of see where he was going with this, and yes, maybe it was working. If Bush really knew that there was no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, then obviously he made the wrong choice. But if he was given misintelligence, that's not his fault.
Now, do you think that Obama is doing the correct thing right now to basically fulfill what Bush kind of messed up on?
I don't necessarily even think it's what Bush messed up on, because good has been done in Iraq and Afghanistan. We've gone in, we've helped. It might not have been the right thing to do, but the good was done. So now we have to deal with it, and now it's time to pull out. We've spent trillions of dollars in Iraq and Afghanistan over the past 10 years, and now it's time to focus inward. We have a worldwide economy issue that's not just America. The Eurozone's failing, could fail any day, and now we really need to focus inwardly and not so much on this other stuff.
Now, I bet you can recall probably to the exact moment when you heard about Osama bin Laden killed.
Absolutely, yep.
I remember it was just such a big thing on this campus. Do you recall anything from that?
Absolutely. I remember I had just left work here at the news station, just got in bed actually. It was just after midnight, got a call from my assistant who says, turn on the TV, something big's happening, and that was even before we knew, but it was when they were kind of doing their hour-long, well, we kind of think Osama something. But yeah, I remember that, and then obviously a lot of breaking news right after that.
I do remember that story. It's a hell of a story.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, with the whole Osama thing, I don't know how much that actually means. Obviously, Osama was behind September 11th and everything, but more figurehead than anything. Mm-hmm. You cut off the head and another one comes right in his place. So yes, it was great that we apprehended a criminal, but that doesn't mean anything for the war on terror.
What do you think of the allegations that our own government staged September 11th?
Well, it's very interesting. I try to watch as much of the conspiracy theories as I can. I just enjoy it. It's very interesting to see the stuff that people come up with. But I mean, I don't think anyone really believes that America planned the attack. Yes, there are questions that need to be answered. Yes, the 9/11 Commission was a sham pretty much. The report didn't really tell us anything. But I think that's more covering up intelligence failures than it is covering up a conspiracy.
Yeah, with like the loose change and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
And I heard it's just like mostly foreign interests like oil. It was just a big excuse to get into the Middle East. And also I heard that like some of these videos on YouTube make allegations like, you know, the people on these planes didn't exist.
Right.
Which
is
completely
just
false.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And yes, the government does a lot of shady things sometimes trying to promote interest, but no, I don't think they would ever actually kill 2,000 of their own citizens.
It was a very good view. Thank you.